Yeah, baby, I think we're live. There we go. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist, and I've been talking about quite a few things for a while now. Now, some people discount or discontinue, disregard. I don't know what the word would be because I say the F-bomb too much. I've been listening to some people on YouTube or whatever, and they shoot the messenger, They shoot the messenger because I say the F-bomb too much. Because I'm like, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fickety, fuckity, fuck. Some people even think I have a demon that likes to say the F word too much. It's like, fuck. Blah. No, guys, it's just my deal. My shit's not for everybody. If it was for everybody, I couldn't be an artist. I would have to be something else. I don't know. My shit's not for everybody. But I'm looking for those people that can peel that, They can peel the fuck word. They can be like, oh, this guy says fuck like every other sentence. I can peel that off, and watch and pay attention to the substance. It's the substance that matters. Do I need to say the F word every other sentence? No, but I fucking like to, It's just part of my jam. I like it. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really trust people that much that don't have a little dark side to them, Whether they cuss or, I don't know, they drink one too many. Something they're trying to work out. Because I think that, or maybe they're not trying to work out. Maybe it's just part of their personality, their character. I like people that don't look complete, all complete. I kind of like it. It's humanizes them. I have a hard time swallowing people that look like everything's. I've lived long enough. I'm not an old person, but I'm not a child either. I'm 38 years old. I've seen my fair share of people, and I like people that don't have it all complete. In fact, I'm a little scared of people that look like they have it all put together. I'm a little scared. I feel like they have something really dark somewhere. If everything looks so well put together, I'm like, I'm skeptical. I'm a little skeptical. But that's just me. That doesn't mean it's true. That's just me. In my life, I've met people that seem like they have it, like everything's put together, and no, thank you, I don't drink. No, thank you, I don't smoke. No, I don't say bad words. I'm always on time. I'm always this. I'm extremely religious, or whatever it is, or extremely, I don't know, tree hugger. I hug way too many trees. Any extreme to me, it's like, wait a minute. I don't know if I can trust this fully, because I've seen a few things, right? So, anyways, that's beyond the whole thing. Any extreme, right? People that are like, I'm all about baby Jesus. I'm like too much into this, or I'm highly spiritual, I talk to trees and shit like that, and I'm like, wait a minute. Any extreme, I think it's like, I don't know. I've seen a couple of things. I don't know if I can fully digest that one. I like people that are like swinging, because I believe in gray areas. Some people have things that are working out in their lives, and in other parts of their life, they're like, I don't know if, it seems a little off, right? This person smokes too much, or drinks too much, or cusses too much, or there's something off. I like that. I'm like, not necessarily that it's good or bad, but I just, gives me a sense of trust. I can trust the person that's like, I have a harder time trusting a person that looks, put together. I just do. I don't know. I used to be a musician, and late at night, right? If you're out a lot, I used to go out a lot. I was always out for two reasons. One of them, I used to love having fun, going out all the time, I was a guitarist. I was a musician. And the other one, I was always prospecting, right? I was always looking for new bars, new places where I could introduce my band or my services. And so you meet a lot of people. And at night, right? Out and about. You meet a lot of people. And my experience was the people that look very well put together, or the extremes, right? Or any extreme. It doesn't have to be that they look well put together, but any extreme was like something's way off there, you know. And I was usually right, not always, but usually right. Something's way off when there's an extreme happening. So, anyways, yeah, that's part of that. So I guess I'm answering that because people have been asking me, dude, why do you have to say the F word so much? And I'm like, I just, I can't live without the fuck word. I like it. Maybe I can, but it's kind of like caffeine, you know? It's like, it's bad for you, but I like to have it. I like to drink my coffee. I don't know. It adds to my je ne sais quoi. So, beyond this rant, I was talking about, I'm going to go buy some shirts because I need some shirts for my studio. I buy specific shirts for my studio, so because I'm getting full of paint. So I ran out of them. Got to go buy some. And grab some dinner while I'm at it. I was talking about earlier what makes artists so successful. The artists that are successful, and I was talking about the difference between an artist that is very successful and an artist that is not. It's the numbers. Successful artists are masters of arithmetic. Better said is they're masters of at multiplying. They're great multipliers. They know how to multiply. Anyone that's doing anything good that is working, you can safely bet that they're very good at multiplying. And so I'm gonna write an article actually tonight about that. The best artists are the best. They're the best at math. They just are, because at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. But it's a numbers game. It's a controlled numbers game. It's not necessarily like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna do all kinds of shit. No, like your stuff has to be good still. If it's not good, then the numbers are like irrelevant. The stuff has to be good. Because every time I say it's a numbers game, people are like, oh, okay, so I'll just go and DM a bunch of people all day. It's like, yeah, but you still have to say something meaningful or something, or something of value, right? You still have to bring some sort of value. You can just be like, hey, what's up? Be DMing everyone. No, and it's not singular either. So it's not one thing either. And so, but it is a numbers game. At the end of the game, it's a numbers game. How many times do people see you? Do people actually see you? Do you have artwork? Are people even seeing you? Because if people are not seeing you, there's no... it doesn't really matter. If people are not seeing you, it doesn't really matter. And so, you need people to see you. You need people to see you so that you can have some sort of impact. What a lot of us do is that we go in and we paint something and then we show it to our Facebook groups, friends or the Facebook groups, and then we think that, oh my God, I've done enough, I've made enough damage. And maybe you have, and maybe you do, and you make enough damage to maybe sell a little $100 painting here and there, or a little something, a little print or whatever, and you're like, yeah, this is good. If I can do that every day, it's an extra $1,000 a month or whatever, and that's awesome. That's awesome. There's nothing wrong about that, because that's actually the way that it goes, right? That's actually the way you play this game. The thing is that we disproportionately understand the numbers that are involved in making something work. And so it's sort of like sit-ups or push-ups or steps, Like people are like, did I put my 1,000 steps today? You know, it's sort of like that. It's like, yeah, people do have to see you, but again, it's like sit-ups or whatever. You know, you want sit-ups to work, right? It's like, oh, sit-ups or push-ups or whatever people do, like, because it's visible there, right? It's very visible in people that are exercising and shit like that. And it's like, it's not one sit-up a day. You know, it's not one push-up a day. And that's what most of us do. Most of us, we go and we make a painting and we show it to a couple of people or a couple of hundred people, and we think that is the number of sit-ups. That's not the number of sit-ups. Showing it to a couple of hundred of people, it's probably just one action. That's like one sit-up. Getting your painting and showing it to a couple of hundred people on like Facebook, you can count that as a one sit-up. I know it's hard, huh? Because most people think it's so easy. It's not. Easy is not part of it. It's very hard, but it's simple. You know, it's simple. Oh yeah, Kobe, man. Yeah, Kobe's gone. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Rip Kobe Bryant. Yeah. I don't know the details of it. I just heard, like, probably like everyone else, right? Or a helicopter, something like that. An accident. Yeah, but you can count that as a sit-up, you know? Like, you get your painting, you show it to your Facebook page. That, people get confused. People are like, well, 200 people saw it, so that should count as 200 sit-ups. And it's like, no. That's one sit-up. Don't get confused. That's one action. You show it to a number of people, that's one action. That's why I say we disproportionately understand the number of people that need to see your work. It's just one action. Now, you get $200 of ads, right? In different ways. That might be 50 sit-ups or something, you know? There is no one formula. There is no one like, well, what's the number? What's the number? There is no such thing as that. It might take, okay, to sell a painting. I don't know, maybe you're trying to sell a $500 painting or whatever, $200 painting, whatever it is, $1,000 painting. It might take showing it to your Facebook group, showing it to 10 other Facebook groups where you're a part of, showing it on Instagram, making a story, making an email, sending it to, 10 people or 1,000 people or 100,000 people, whatever people are in your email list, making some postcards, sending them out, putting it on Etsy, running some ads on it, you know, spending, $50 on ads if you're trying to sell like a $500 painting or something. Run a 50 or 3 different, $20 ads or whatever to it. Barking in the street corner, picking up the phone, calling past collectors. Like, it's going to take all of it, guys. It's going to take all of it. And this is what people don't get. That we're trying to sell stuff and we think it's going to just take a couple of actions. And so time goes by and they're like, oh, people are not buying it. It's not that, guys. It's just that it takes a shit load. This is why I love using bad words, because they have a punch, right? Because if I say gargantuan effort, people are going to be like, gargantuan doesn't sound like. But if I say a fucking shitload of work, I think it's like, bing, it rings a bell. It's like, oh man, that's a lot of work. Yes, because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of work that it's needed to make this thing happen. It's a lot of work that it's needed to make this thing happen, and most people don't realize that. Most people think that it's just going to take showing it once or twice. Most people think it's going to take just showing it once or twice on Facebook or once or twice on Instagram, or 4,000 people saw it on Instagram, you might get away with it there. You might get away with it there. But if you want to sell another one, if you want to sell another one, those 4,000 people might be tapped out, or they might not be ready. And none of those 4,000 people that saw it, even if you have, 50,000 followers or 100,000 followers, and every time that you post something, 10,000 people see it. The trick is selling the second one. The first one, anyone can sell it. You don't even need a lot of friends to sell the first one. The trick is selling the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one. If you're making one painting and you're hoping to sell one, I don't know. This is why I don't participate in the idea that a lot of artists do, which is get a huge following on Instagram and then try to sell one little $200 or $300 painting a day. Not bad. It's actually really good. The thing is that they wait and they wait and they wait till they have a massive following, and they spend so much energy and so much effort and waiting for that massive following. What if you have this massive following, but Instagram starts tapping you out in regards to visibility? What are you gonna do then? Everyone gets tapped out at some point when it comes to visibility, because of the algorithm. What are you gonna do then? And so I try not to rely on one source of anything. And also, not just because of that, but because okay, so you sell the painting. What if you want to sell a second one? Most people are afraid of showing another painting to the same group of followers on Instagram. I've talked to my fair share of artists, and they're like, yeah, I try to just show once a day. If I show twice a day, people kind of not pay attention anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you tapped out. You tapped out. See, the reality of it is that there's no problem that people listen to you every day. That's not the problem. People think that they exhaust their market. That's not it. You don't exhaust your market. You exhaust your people reach. It's not the market. A lot of people out there think that they're exhausting their market. They're like, well, my market is exhausted. No, your market is not exhausted. Your people reach. You're only reaching to 5,000 people at most a day are watching what you're doing, and none of them are paying attention to it. Maybe a handful of them, maybe 100 of them are paying attention, and out of those 100, one or two might make a decision of buying your $100 or $200 painting, little painting a day that you do. Like a lot of artists do that. That's why I say that. It's not viable. It's not bad for a hobbyist. It is, but like if you're now talking about taking care of family, children and shit, it's not viable. It's no longer viable. I tried that gig. I didn't like it. I was like, I need something where when I put a painting, it doesn't matter whether people are going to buy it or not. It doesn't matter whether people care about it or not. I need to be shooting. I need a channel in which I'm constantly shooting my message. And it doesn't matter whether, I'm not worried about whether I sold it or not. See, I see a lot of people out there with 50, 100,000 followers on Instagram, and they're only doing a post a day. To me, that's fucking bananas. I'd be doing, if they're getting, I don't know, an average of 4,000 views a day on a post, I'd be doing 10 posts to get 40,000 views. But they're afraid. They're walking afraid because they don't want to disrupt their little following. Yeah, that's what happens a lot. They don't want to disrupt their. I'm here at Target trying to get some shirts, man. much are they?
They're so shirts.
They don't want to disrupt their little following. They're afraid of disrupting it. They're afraid of they're afraid that people are going to get tired of seeing them. That's a huge fear. It's a huge fear they have. They're like, no, man, people are going to get tired of seeing me. People are not going to get tired of seeing you, man. People don't even know you exist. They don't even care. Much less get tired of seeing you. People are very confused. When it comes to marketing, I see that the vast majority of people are confused. They think that people are like, I don't know where they get these ideas. Like, oh, I don't want people to get tired of me. It's like, maybe you don't have nothing good to say. Maybe that's why people get tired of you. I don't think that way. That's why I show up and I show up and I show up and I show up. And I know 90% of people don't care. 90% of people don't pay attention. They don't care. And I'm fine with that. It don't mean nothing to me. I'm looking for the ones that do. And 90% of people don't care at that moment. They watch the video again later, or they watch the post later. They don't watch it at that moment. They don't care. Nobody does. But I found some good shirts here for like $6. I'm in. $6 shirt. Can't beat them. Target. Yeah. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. $6. What do we get? It's for the studio, so it doesn't matter. I'm definitely not a small one. So, get like, I hope that they have my size. I'm like quadruple XL. No, I'm not that big, but. But I'm a big dude.
Bye, Sal. Bye, Al. Bye, Kobe.
There we go. 3 is fine for today. We'll be back and get some more. So I'm telling you guys, it's a matter of, it really is a matter of understanding what your deal is. Most of us don't understand our deal. Most of us are afraid of showing up. We think that we're going to bother people. As I'm telling you, I see people that have 100,000 followers or even 50,000 followers, and they're fucking bananas. They post one painting a day. And I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Have you lost your mind? Every time you post something, 4,000 people watch and like it, and you only do that once a day? No, because I've discovered that when I do multiples, I don't get 4,000 views. I get about 3,000 views. And I'm like, oh. See, here's how I think, okay? For those of you who don't know yet. Instead of getting 4,000 views, you get 3,000 views if you put multiple pictures. In my mind, I'm like, that's so bananas. Because for fear of losing 1,000 views, you're losing 20,000 views plus. That's what I find bananas about it. For fear of losing 1,000 views, like if you're getting 4,000 views on Instagram, a post, and then you post a second or a third one, and now you've averaged to 3,000 views, and you're afraid of that because you don't want to miss out on that 1,000 views. You don't understand numbers yet. It's bananas. Because what if you put, I don't know, what if you put I can't see where this. Yeah, this was 6. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say something. I was just gonna.
Thank you. Maybe I need both of my hands, right?
Maybe.
So this is what people do. They're like, I don't wanna miss out on that 1,000 views. And to me, it's fucking bananas because the 1,000 views means nothing. Does it make sense? Anything that any of the stuff that I'm talking about? Just think about it really quick. You normally get 4,000 views. Let's say that you have 50,000 followers. This works the same in any. It doesn't matter how many followers you got or how many views you get. But let's say on an average, you get 4,000 views. If you put 2 or 3 photos, it lowers. You no longer get 4,000 views.
See you again soon.
Right? Now you get 3,000 views. Okay? Now your average is 3,000 views. And you're like, oh man, I knew I should have never posted another photo because I went from 4,000 to 3,000. It's an arithmetic problem. That's all it is. Because now you discover your real number. Your real number is not 4,000 views. Your real number is 3,000 views. Or it might even be 2,000 views. You know, let's say that you put, I don't know, you put 10, one every hour, which is bananas. Nobody would do this except a fucking crazy guy like me, right? And let's say that your average is not even 3,000 views. Now your average is 2,000 views. 2 times 10. It's a multiplying game. This is what I've talked about over and over. It's a multiplying game. 2 times 10, baby. Now you got 20,000 views, and you're crying about letting go of that 1,000. So in other words, you're missing out 1,000, and you're letting go 16,000 other views because you're afraid of missing that 1,000.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right.
This is what happens a lot. This is why people have such a hard time making a living as artists, because they're trying to conserve. They're trying to conserve their numbers. I did that my entire career. My entire career, I try to conserve my numbers. Oh no, I make this every time that I do this. Every time that I make a post, I'm afraid of losing my numbers. Be bold, and mighty forces will come to your aid, guys. Be bold. You're not losing your numbers. You're finding your average. Once you've identified your average, you can go fucking bananas with it. The problem is that most people never identify their average. In anything, in a Facebook post, their price, what their paintings go for, really, the real price of their paintings, there's an average. There's an average. The public speaks, right? There's a real price. No, every time I put another painting on Facebook, people don't pay attention to it anymore. They only pay attention to the first one. Okay, that means that you don't have reach. It's got nothing to do with the painting. That means you tapped out your reach. What you need to do again is post again and again and again and continue to grow that Facebook page, that fan page, because you've tapped out your reach. Your whole problem is that you tapped out your reach. That's your whole problem. And so I see this very normal correlation, very classic thing that happens with artists. It's always happening. Hey, Jose, I went and I posted something on Facebook and people paid attention to it. I even sold one painting. I did it again the next day, less people saw it. That's why I only do it once a week. Because I know at least once a week I'm selling a painting. And I'm like, And that makes sense where? Yeah, no, that's how marketing. I read this book about marketing and blah, blah. It makes no fucking sense at all. That's not how it works. Trust me, guys, if that was the way it worked, Netflix, anything, anyone wouldn't be puking at you all day. On YouTube, on Instagram, everywhere, they would be puking at you. You know? You wouldn't even know who Kim Kardashian is if that was true. You wouldn't know what Starbucks is if that was true. Starbucks is constantly puking at you. Puking. Hey, come here. Coffee, coffee, coffee. How do they do it? People are like, well, I never see the commercials. No, it's not commercials. They're in some places it is commercials, but it's not TV commercials or whatever. They're the way that they market and brand is physical. It's physical activity. Open another Starbucks. Open another one. Open another one. So they don't need to go and advertise that much because they have brick and mortar to do it. The brick and mortar is advertising itself. I don't need to go and constantly be advertising. By the way, I'm sure that they do that, or they did that also when they were launching it. But, it's like McDonald's, constantly puking at you. Every other light, there's a McDonald's. You're driving, there's a McDonald's. Drive 2 lights later, oh my God, Target, same thing. Every other light, there's a Target. There's something constantly hitting you. Constantly hitting you. And you as an artist, you're not doing that, you're missing out. It's a numbers game, guys. It's a numbers game. By the way, not just in art, in anything that you do, it's a numbers game. You have to hit them again and again and again and again. And this is not to say in a negative connotation. No, it's you're showing up. To people that need your work, man. People need your work. People need that work in their homes.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks, Sophia.
Yeah, can I please have a tall pike, please, with steam half and half and classic?
You said tall?
Yeah.
Tall pike, steamed cream, and classic. Anything else?
That would be all.
I'll have your total winner for you.
Thank you. Bam, baby. I hope that this makes any sense, guys. As artists, there is not a lot of people out there that are talking about this the way I am. Most artists out there are talking to you about how to make better content, better content, better content. Fuck better content. You need to show up. The better content will come as a result of showing up. You need to show up, man. That's all you really need to do. 90% of it is showing up. Everyone is consumed with this little idea of minutia. My content, the filters on my photographs, the colors that I use for Instagram. That's all news, guys. That's not how it works. You need to be seen. The more you're seen, the better. Get seen. And if your content is not clicking with people, right? Change the strategy. If you got deeper pockets for that, if you got some money allocated for marketing, let's say that you are a gallery artist and you're like, man, this Instagram, I don't get it. Throw some marketing dollars in it. I call it Batman the shit out of it. You got to Batman the shit out of it. Batman has no superpowers, right? His superpowers are money. Throw some money in it. Because that's the way it works. That's the way it works. You throw some money in it, people are gonna see you. Throw $100 on one of your posts. Watch, 10,000-20,000 people are gonna like it. But you got you got to do these things that are different, right? You gotta find out what works for you, and you gotta constantly show up. Constantly show up. Figure out how to constantly show up. And this is what a lot of people are not doing. They're conflicted with this organic reach bullshit. Like I need to go viral. Organic reach, dude. $5 or $10 that you spend on Instagram will get you longer reach than some bullshit organic reach. We're not in the time when Instagram started anymore. When it started, organic reach mattered because the algorithm was pretty much, it was open. Everyone could play. Now the algorithm doesn't really let you, right? You post something, only a select few people see it. The people that are most engaged with your stuff tend to see it. Even if you put, I don't know, 20, 30 hashtags, whatever, only a select few see your work. And so you have to find different ways of doing it. I need to post again, right? I need to post again. I need to get tagged. What can you do? I need to throw some marketing in there. Those of you who sold a painting in a gallery, get some of that and throw it on Instagram. Throw it in there, throw some of that cash in there. And by the way, don't just do that. So my message is don't marry anything. Don't marry one thing. I've seen that happen. I've done it myself. And because we're looking for what works, and we're trying to identify the easy way out, and there is no easy way out. Again, it might take $10 a day on Instagram, right? It might take that plus, by the way, okay? So it might just not be, even if you spend $100 a day on Instagram, that might not be it, right? It could be if you follow it up with all other things, but it might not be it. So it might be $10 a day, or 20 or 50 bucks or $100 a day on Instagram, plus followed up with an email, DMs, right? DMing 100 people a day, right? Commenting and liking another 100 accounts, followed up with an ad on Facebook to target those people, or just general. It doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't matter. Followed by an email to contact your email list. Followed by 10 phone calls. This shit is not easy. Easy is not part of it. But it won't hurt you once you start understanding the numbers. Once you start understanding that this is a numbers game, it won't bother you. The reason why people get bothered, and artists, when I talk about this, they're like, oh my god, so much work, it's because they don't understand the numbers yet.
Hi there.
Hi.
$2.99 or $2.99.
Nice.
I can't talk now. I'm so sorry.
It's that time of day.
Any money from you?
And so again, it's not one thing, guys. And if you keep looking for that one thing, I'm looking for that one thing.
There you go.
Thank you.
And ice, what again? Ice, vanilla milk. What ice did you want?
Now it doesn't mean that there's people out there that don't that figure out Instagram, right? It doesn't mean that doesn't exist. It does exist, but it's a lot of trial and error as well. Like there's people that are shooting $1,000 a day or a week or whatever on Instagram ads that are thrown from Facebook, right? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You too. That are thrown from Facebook. So they go and they put together these Facebook ads to target specific strategies on Instagram stories or whatever. And I know a couple of people that do that, and they throw in $500,000 either a week or a day, depending on the size of their business, and they nail it. Why do they nail it? Because there's a lot of views. There's a lot of eyes. All of a sudden, you're shouting louder than everyone else. That's why they make it, right? Because you're shouting louder than everyone else. Everyone else is very. It doesn't even exist. If you all of a sudden you get 100,000 people a day to see what you're doing. It doesn't, all of a sudden, your competition, quote unquote competition, doesn't even fucking exist. Right? Because you're taking the whole market. And it doesn't mean that they don't sell or whatever. No, they do. It doesn't compare to the results that you're getting. This is what I learned how to do very quick. I learned how to do this on eBay. Most people are like, oh, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to go do that. And I figured out a way to basically outwork and outspend everyone else around me. That's basically what I did. People are like, oh my God, your work. Oh yeah, I want to paint like you. Oh, I wish I could one day paint like you because you sell so much. No, I don't get me wrong, I'm a great fucking artist, but I outwork people and I outspend them. And that's why I was able to tap into more people. And again, I go back to the same thing. A lot of people are afraid of doing that because they're trying to take care of their little group, right? I got 4,000 followers on Facebook. I don't want to tire them with my stuff. And it's like, hey, thanks. I look pretty good, huh? And so people are afraid of that. They're like, I'm afraid of bothering my followers, on Instagram or on Facebook. And it's like, dude, you don't even understand. But okay, here it goes. You do not exist online. You don't even exist. That's how horrible this game is. For you to exist, you probably would have to spend about $1 million a month to really exist online, or have gone viral, like ridiculous viral. People don't even exist online, and we're afraid of I don't want to. You're afraid of showing up too much to the small little group of people that know you, and that's the problem. See, I don't mind knocking on your guys' window every day. I knock on the window. Why? Because most people are not even paying attention. Number one. Number two, everyone's got their own lives. You guys could watch me for a second and be like, this guy's talking about some bullshit. Come back some other time, or I don't want to hear his bullshit today. Well, go away, right? They go away. And then someone else comes and, oh my God, he's totally talking about me, right? And then they sit there and listen. And it's very rare. I don't know. There's people that tell me I'm working right now. Right? There's people that literally tell me when I do a live, they're like, I'm working right now. So just think about it. If every time that I do a live, okay, I get about 10 people usually, 10 people like watching it every time, like live, right? At that moment, 10 people that watch it. If every time that I'm doing that, I get about 10 people that watch, how many lives could I do? Well, fuck it, man. Every time I'm running errands, I can do a live. Because if I do 3, 4, 5 lives a day, that's 50 people that came by and said hi. And, oh, dude, this guy's talking about this. Oh, let me go listen, right? By the end of it, because it only stays 24 hours in the live stream when I share it here on Facebook, by the end of it, about 100 or plus people watched it, right? About 100 people. If I did 5 lives, that's 500 people. Out of those 500 people, what if only about, I don't know, let's be realistic. What if only 30 people actually watched it? The other ones just kind of swiped it. Let's say out of those 500 people, 30 people watched it. And out of those 30 people, I get 5 people, just 5, that are like, And out of those 5 people, I get 2 people that are like, fuck yeah, man, this guy's talking, this guy ignites my soul. He's talking about the real thing. Just 2 people a day. Just think about it this way, guys. Just think about it this way. That's why I'm not very, very interested in like, oh my God, I don't have followers. Fuck that, I don't care. I'm trying to reach people. What if just 2 people a day, out of 500 people that watched it, two people, just 2 people are like diehard, and they're like, dude, I like what you're saying. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go tell people about you. Every chance I got, I'm gonna tell them, have you guys heard Jose Trujillo? Dude, Jose's the man, right? Just 2 people a day. Multiply that. That's why I said it's a numbers game. Multiply that times 365. Just 300. Maybe I don't do it 65 days of the year. Just 300. That's 600. Isn't it? At least 600 people a year that are diehard talking about me. out of those 500 people every day that are watching. That's just Instagram. That's not counting YouTube. That's not counting LinkedIn. That's not counting Facebook. It's a numbers game, guys. It's a numbers game. It's just that in order to get the right numbers, you have to do the right thing. It's in proportion to it. Gotta get some Panda. Oh no, thank you. Can I get a 2 entree plate? I gotta write it down.
I'm sorry.
Can I get a 2 entree plate?
Chow mein or rice?
White rice and chow mein, please.
White cream rice and chow mein?
Yes.
And for the entree?
Black pepper and chicken. Black pepper chicken and orange chicken, please.
Black pepper and orange?
Yeah. And can I get a Dr. Pepper with that?
I'm sorry, you said black pepper and orange?
Yes.
Okay, black pepper, orange. Any other meals, appetizers, or drinks?
Yeah, but can I add a Dr. Pepper to that
Of course,
order?
okay.
Thank you. Just, I don't know, it's a medium?
Medium Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, let me have a single plate with fried rice and chow mein and teriyaki chicken, but no sauce.
It's a bowl.
Yeah, a bowl.
Half and half teriyaki. Any other meals, appetizers, or drinks?
Let me have a small Sprite with that, please.
Of course, anything else?
Yeah, just a reminder, did you get the teriyaki with no sauce?
I'm sorry?
The teriyaki chicken, no sauce, please.
Okay.
Sorry,
anything
guys.
else?
Yeah, let me have another 2 entree plate with chow mein and fried rice.
And for the entree?
Kung Pao chicken and oh man, which one's the other one? Kung Pao chicken and Shanghai Angus steak.
It is $1.25 extra topping.
That's fine.
Half and half Kung Pao Angus. Anything else?
Yeah, and another small Sprite, please.
Okay, so I have a plate with the chow mein, white rice,
Gotta get
black
that
pepper,
Panda.
a plate with the half and half Angus Kung Pao, and a bowl with the chow mein,
Yeah.
and the 2 Sprites, and the medium Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, and let me have the veggie rolls, please. An order of
One
veggie.
order?
Yeah,
Anything else?
that would be all.
So that's the window.
I'm done. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's so hard ordering shit on a Sunday. Picking up takeout, man. Takeout from Panda. So I hope that the stuff that I'm talking about, it's not like it's not offending anybody. Other than, man, I look good today. Look muy guapo, baby. I hope I'm not offending anybody with the stuff that I'm saying. I'm really trying to wake up artists, and my mission is to wake up a billion artists.
We like to round it up to donate it to Children's Hospital.
Yeah. Can I get a cup holder?
We don't have.
No. Okay, it's fine. It's okay. I got cup holders here. I got it. Yeah, that's my idea, you know, waking up some artists into just seeing things slightly different, you know, seeing things slightly different, and to your benefit, right? I am already benefiting from thinking differently about this. But I know a lot of artists that haven't yet. A lot of artists are still stuck in the old way of thinking. When I talk about galleries, most artists are like, "How do I get a gallery show? How do I get a gallery show?" And I'm like, "No, dude, you're bananas." Thank you. This isn't a game of getting a gallery show.
Thank you.
Is there soy sauce and
Yes,
hot sauce?
everything is in
Thank
there.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. You know, so artists are always telling me, "How do I get a gallery show, Jose?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're bananas. This is not a game of getting a gallery show. This is a game of getting 20 fucking gallery shows a year. That's the game." One gallery show ain't gonna even put a dent in your career. Not even a dent. 20 gallery shows can actually make you a full-time living. Yeah, I'm giving game. Yeah, I'm giving people something that no one gave me, which was the possibility. The possibility of making this shit work. No one shared this shit with me. Everybody kept it to themselves. I was like an idiot asking around, hey man, how do you do this? Oh, I don't know. Hey, how do you do that? I don't know. And you know what happened? The reality is that no one really was winning at it. People were just getting little blue ribbons or whatever the little ribbons they get when they paint. Plein air painters. The only plein air painters that were making some sort of little income here and there, it's because they were public speakers. They're not making really money from their painting. They're making it from public speaking. All of a sudden they joined the, I don't know, public speaking or teaching classes. Or not bad. I'm not against it. But none of them was really doing it aggressively to the point where they were making some cake, you know? They were making some serious cash. I didn't see anybody making serious cash. And I was like, fuck this career, man. I need to make some cash. You know? And I didn't get into it to make cash. I got into it because I love painting. I love painting. That's why I got into it. But I mean, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years go by, and I'm like, dude, where's the money here? Maybe I'm in the wrong spot. You know, where's the money here? Now, it's cute when you're a musician, right? I remember seeing that movie, Juno. It's cute when you're a musician and you're by yourself and you're living with your homies and you're like, yeah, I'm going to be a musician. That's awesome. I remember I was a musician. And then all of a sudden I get a girl, right? Then my girl and I are having a baby. Well, she's having a baby, but that's how we say it today, right? That's PC baby. And, but my baby, right? And now we're like, well, she's like, dude, you need a real job now. I'm like, fuck. And I remember that part in the movie Juno, like the girl says, dude, I can't wait till you become Kurt Cobain. You know, get your shit together. I can't wait till you get your dreams right. You got to make it happen. And I was at that point where my girl looks at me with serious eyes and she's like, dude, you got to make this shit work, or else you got to stop barking at that. Because now it's not just you. Now it's you, me, and the baby. And I didn't see artists thinking that way. And the artists that I saw that were like, yeah, my career, I saw their families having a hard time. You know, no income coming in. Anyone could get upset. You know, the wife or the partner, whoever asks the other partner, hey, where's the check, dude? Oh, I'm getting there. I'm painting, I'm getting there. No, dude, like, where's the check? Like, I can't eat dreams. You know, I can't live on dreams. We need a check too to go with it. You know, I love you, but we need a check to go with it as well. That's part of the deal. We need to pay electricity. We need to buy groceries. Christmas is coming. You know, Christmas is coming. The kid needs to believe in Santa Claus or whatever holiday, right? Whatever holiday you participate in, or you know, whatever the game is in your culture, we need something to go along with that. And I got to a place where I was like, man, I need to figure this shit out. And everyone else I was talking to, nobody had it figured out. Still today, man, I talk to so many artists, they don't have it figured out. They're still they're convinced in controlling their little following. They're convinced in controlling not only their little following, but they're also convinced in controlling their little painting. My painting needs to come out really nice, right? And it's like, well, yeah, dude, but people need to see it. People need to see it. It don't matter how nice or how great your painting is. You could be Raphael for all I know. But if your painting is so great and nobody sees it, it doesn't matter how great it is. It means nothing. Now, if your painting is but a lot of people see it, that might mean something. How many times have we seen that? Now, this does not mean that you should create crap. It doesn't mean that. Please don't go try to create crap, because it's going to hurt you at the end. This doesn't mean create crap. What I'm talking about here is don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in one thing or another. It's not all about getting seen only, and it's not all about painting the best painting that you can make only. I'm not talking about shortages here. I'm talking about uniting both of these things. Do your best painting and get as many people to see it. And rinse and repeat that. Do your best art and then get enough people to see it over and over and over again. And getting enough people to see it doesn't just mean Instagram, man. Everybody gets stuck in this shit. They're like, oh, I gotta get it on Instagram. Yeah, you gotta get it on Instagram and put it on an email list and pay some ads and go put it in a gallery and go put it on Etsy and Saatchi Art and Cherish and go put it here, 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 and here and get more people to see it, because not enough people are seeing it. That's the problem. The problem is that your beautiful painting is not seen. It's not being seen. And so nobody cares about it. And at the end of the week, you're asking yourself, hey, did I sell something? Did I sell something? I haven't sold something. Man, I paint so well. Why am I not selling anything? People see it. I did put it on Facebook. Yeah, I did. But you put it on Facebook, you have 2,000 friends on Facebook. Even if you get shares, it doesn't mean anything, because the algorithm keeps stopping it. Right? The algorithm keeps stopping it. Only a selected few people see it. So you have 2,000 people, 2,000 friends on Facebook. 90% of them don't even care about what you have to share. 200 people see it, let's say. They like it. You get 200 likes. Out of those 200 likes, you get, I don't know, 20 shares, right? You get lucky. You're like one of those lucky ones that gets 20 shares. And you're like, how come I didn't sell anything? How come it didn't sell? Oh, the painting the painting wasn't good enough. And then you start going that rabbit hole. You start going down that rabbit hole. The painting wasn't good enough. No, dude, the painting, there's nothing wrong with the painting. You got 200 likes, 20 shares, I don't know, 30 comments or 20 comments or whatever, and you didn't sell it. It's not that there's something wrong with it. Even if you're giving it away, they might not even take you on the offer. I've done that before. Because now they have to give you their email address, their physical address. You got to go package it and ship it. Most people are lazy, man. Most people don't want to put any work into anything, even if you're giving it away. The real problem is you didn't have enough people seeing it. Now, if you have that same painting, and instead of 200 people see it, 20,000 people see it, now you have a shot. Now you have a real shot. From 200 people to see it, to 20,000 people seeing it, 200,000 people seeing it online, because online is very different than brick and mortar. Physical activity is way higher, because it's closest. There's no filter, right? You're close to it. Don't believe me? Try to get a job online. Apply for a job online. You can apply to 200 jobs online and get shit. You can walk up to 20 places, physical places, go shake their hand and talk to them. You're probably going to land something. Physical activity is always the highest activity. It's top tier. Physical activity is always the best activity. This is why people tell me, hey man, like when you do your lives, how many people watch? I don't care if only 2 people watch. Physical activity is the highest. This is highest. What I'm doing right now, it's higher than getting 4 likes on a picture on my wall. Because you're listening to me, physically listening to me right now. We're live. You can say something and I can't read right now. Maybe when I'm making a stop or something. Red light. But it's a real activity. We're having a real interaction here. So I don't care if 2 people see it, 1 person sees it, it don't matter to me. By the way, this video is about